Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Hi everyone, I'm Lorenzo, and in this video I'm going to talk about all WWE games for the Sony PlayStation 2. The name of the game, WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, might sound, but it's an amazing game if you know the history of the franchise, meaning that you can see a huge improvement from the older games. The reverse system has been improved, so that now you don't just push a reverse button and escape, but you get to work more for it. The graphics are improved, well, improved comparing to the PS1. You even get a create a wrestler mode, where you can create your own bodybuilder guy that walks around in shorts. The roster is pretty big, 58 wrestlers, remember that we are talking about a 2002 game. And you get a lot of game modes, from exhibition where you can set your own rules, and you can select from a big variety of match types, even the crazy 6-man tag, Royal Rumble, King of the Ring, Hardcore, Special, Survival and Handicap matches, ladder matches, cage matches, you name it, you most probably got it. In the hardcore ones, you can take matches to the locker room, on the sidewalk, the subway, a restaurant and more. You can also use weapons like chairs or sledgehammers. Also on the visual part, there is a great improvement here. They tried to make as many wrestlers move like the real life counterpart. That's why you see so many of them have different stances and different animations. And all of the animations are more believable now. Overall, it's a great game that we could say it got into the timeless category by how good it is. As I say in almost any video that has card games, any major franchise gets at one point a card game. WWE Crush Hour isn't actually a card game, but it's a card game. And considering what WWE stands for, the game is pretty far away from wrestling. It's some sort of twisted metal imitation, where each wrestler has a car. Is it a bad game? No. Is it a game you will be eager to play? No. You are better off playing twisted metal. The gameplay revolves around either being the last man standing, either holding onto something for a certain amount of time, or collecting stars, which is a nightmare in this game, as once you accelerate you barely see what is in front of your car. It's an average game, the parody and humor in the cutscenes might get somewhere, but the gameplay, in spite being not that bad, isn't something either. WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain doesn't bring novelties. I mean, the season mode is changed, of course, and adapted to that here, but in gameplay it's almost the same as the other one. Here Comes the Pain has better AI, match flow and moves, but those better animations came with a price. Shut Your Mouth had a more generous roster, so Here Comes the Pain had better gameplay, but Shut Your Mouth had a better roster. SmackDown vs Raw, even though doesn't bring game-changing novelties, it listened to the fans, and combines the better gameplay from Here Comes the Pain, and even tweaks it even more for an even better gameplay, and brings the big roster from Shut Your Mouth, and makes it even bigger. You get more arenas and more content overall. In rest, changes are very subtle, but they still do make the experience better. WWE SmackDown vs Raw 2006 is a deeper and better game than past iterations. The first thing you might notice is the stamina meter and the momentum meter. That belt thing is a meter that fills the more flashier you fight. The more you put up a show, the more it charges, and once it's full you can pull off some awesome looking moves. And combining these two makes the game more methodical while still remaining fun. Other than that, you can steal your opponent's taunt by pressing the taunt button too, and steal momentum from him. Also, there are new game modes like Fulfill Your Fantasy and Buried Alive matches, and the season mode is bigger in content now. And you get some sort of manager mode where you pay wrestlers, watch for sponsors and how good the show was and how many fans it attracted and stuff like that. In rest, the graphics were improved, and considering that you get all the content up until this point, plus additions, it's a great deal. WWE SmackDown vs Raw 2007 brings us improvements and new control style, which, in spite being odd at first, once you get the hang of it, is actually better than the old one. Another addition is the inclusion of environmental takedowns, meaning that you can, for example, throw your opponent's head in a speaker, and you also get the option to fight in the crowd. There are more moves in the game and a bigger roster, but the roster has some problems. For example, some players are put in the wrong show, and the roster, even if it's bigger, with 70 superstars to choose from, it has omissions, people who you don't understand why they didn't get in the game. In rest, the season mode is more exciting this year, and the manager mode is better. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 gets even greater. The game features 50 superstars, less than the last game, which had 70. It's true that here it lacks rather than getting additions, but additions are plenty too and are pretty fun. You get a new Extreme Rules match, a new tournament mode, and an updated control scheme. The gameplay is a lot of fun, especially due to the many things that you can do during a match. You can even interact with the crowd to get weapons. Also, each superstar has 2 fighting styles. You can choose between those two which one you prefer. The season mode got into 24/7 mode, which is kind of faulty, but still fun. So overall, it is fun than last year's game, but it's true that it has faulty stuff too, and that it gets less content in some parts. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 brings as improvements a more engaging story season mode, the Road to WrestleMania mode, the Create a Finisher option, new match modes like the Inferno matches, and crowd interactions are even denser now by adding the option to argue with a mouthy fan that watches you fight. But there is something that was left out in this game: the ability to drag your opponent throughout the entire arena. And backstage levels aren't connected anymore, so that you can drag your opponents from the ring to the subway, for example. In WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, I'm still amazed that even if the newer generation consoles, the PS3 and Xbox came out, they are still working on the games for PS2, which is amazing, as they still bring improvements each year. The roster consists of 67 superstars, you get the Road to WrestleMania mode again with the 6-character story, all the crazy lot of game modes from past games, and you get a new mode, the Story Designer, which, as the name implies, lets you create your own stories. You get new moves and other nice touches that make the game an even more amazing experience, and what makes it even more jaw-dropping is that it's actually the PS3 experience ported to PS2. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 is the last SmackDown vs. Raw game on PS2, but it leaves the scene with dignity, as even this one brings improvements. The roster consists of over 70 superstars, many new tweaks, all the match types from the past years and game modes, making it the garland of the series. There's even a new mode, the WWE Universe mode, which generates an infinite calendar of fights, taking the experience to infinity. It's crazy. WWE All Stars, as the title says, brings all the most popular wrestling stars. And since it's more of an homage game than a serious game, they took the liberty to make the moves more exaggerated. Almost all matches get to ridiculous levels. You win with ridiculous moves, everyone has exaggerated moves, even the character models are exaggerated. The match modes are pretty scarce when you compare them to all the other WWE games on the platform, and the roster is smaller, having only 30 superstars. It's a fun game if you like unrealistic but cool looking moves, but it's a bad game if you want realism, or the game to be similar to the show, or if you like to have a lot of content in a game. And the last game is WWF SmackDown Just Bring It. I know I should have put this game first, but I forgot about it, since it's WWF and not WWE, and when I re-googled all the games, well, I googled WWE and forgot about it as it didn't appear in the list. This game was the first one to make the transition between the PS1 and PS2, so it should have been the first game on the list. I seriously abstain myself now not to make a joke about the game being last but not least. Anyway, in this game you get a roster of 36 superstars. You can use weapons during matches and use grapples. A difference is that now you can attack the referee during the match, and the referee will play favorites if you anger him. Here too you can take the fight to the streets, and this game has a lot of match types too, but fewer than the first one reviewed in this video. It's a great game too. In the end, I want to apologize if I left something out or if the video felt rushed. I tried to make the video as brief as possible, since there are so many games on the platform. I mean, it's unlikely someone will listen to me talking for an hour about the games, each one of them in detail, in particular. So I wanted to make a short but comprehensive video, as much as possible, as short and as comprehensive as possible. So if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and if you want, follow me on Twitch, Instagram or Discord. I'll leave the links to those in the video description. Also, if you want to see another video of mine, just wait till I stop talking and there will be thumbnails of other videos I've made. Thanks for watching.